It's the Orioles on Maston, and it's a day game. Game one of the split doubleheader against the Red Sox, who came away with a big win last night. A very offensive game one. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne. Welcome. This is the game that is the makeup for the game that got washed out the last time the Red Sox were here. Since then, the Red Sox certainly have not cooled off, and the Orioles have continued to struggle. What the Orioles are doing in this rebuilding process is trying to get to where the Red Sox are now. The Red Sox are the gold standard. Take a look at what these teams have done against one another so far. The Orioles hope in the future these are the kind of numbers that will be turned around. The Red Sox 11-2 against the Orioles on the year, out hitting them. The runs almost double, runner in scoring position number enormous, out homering the Orioles 24-11 this year, and you see that big ERA that is almost double. If the Orioles are going to get to those numbers, it's going to be the new young players like Cedric Mullins, who made his major league debut. These are the people that the Orioles are counting on for a long future. With his family on hand, he had a big 2 RBI, 3-run, 3-hit ball game, including a couple of extra base hits. Mike Bordick, that's what the Orioles are looking for, and what a start for Cedric Mullins.
Yeah, pretty exciting night, obviously, for Cedric Mullins. But I think the Orioles organization pretty proud of the fact that a couple of their young prospects making it to the big leagues and actually having an impact. Talking about Mullins, of course, in last night's debut, but Trey Mancini as well. He's starting to heat up the second half, and I loved watching both of those guys interact because they were teammates together in the minor leagues. And really, that's the kind of thing that you're going to see with a young team in a rebuild, young players coming together and taking hold and saying, all right, this is our team now. We're the next generation. We are the cornerstone, the building blocks. And those two young guys could be the future, and it looks like they are. I mean, exceptional start for Mullins.
And one of the things that will get ironed out, hopefully, is that teams that win have leaders. Somebody takes over in the clubhouse, somebody leads the way, vocally or otherwise, and it's going to be among these young players that somebody probably will emerge as that leader.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Adam Jones seems like he's passing the baton, so to speak. You know, he let Cedric Mullins lead the team out on the field. I think Adam Jones is still the team leader, and he probably should have led the team. But, you know, young guys do have to take charge. They have to take responsibility. Coming up through the organization, they're Oriole guys, right? So you're not just an organizational player in the minor leagues. Now you're at the pinnacle of the Orioles organization, and you have to represent them and really put a chip on your shoulder and say, we can't be beat now. We've got to be a championship caliber team, and they've got to set the tone for the new guys coming in, this transition period. Let these guys be the cornerstones, the rock, the foundation for the next 10 years.
Well, how about the changes today? Jimmy Yacobonis is called up to be the 26th man. He'll start here in game one. Donnie Hart has been taken off the 25-man roster. Sean Gilmartin is joining the team. He's a left-hander who'll work out of the bullpen. We'll talk about him as we move along. So the changes continue. It is the revised Orioles against the Red Sox here in game two of the series. you by Southwest. Low fares with nothing to hide, that's transparency. And by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, Maryland's largest writer of workers' compensation insurance. It is indeed a summer afternoon. Our game time temperature brought to you by BGE Home. We know more, we do more. It is 88 degrees, but it feels a lot warmer than that as that humidity continues to climb at 55% to start the ball game. A little breeze blowing out towards left. Here's the starting lineup for the #1 Red Sox, who've now won 82 ball games. Betts, Benintendi, and Moreland, Martinez, Bogarts, and Holt. Nunez did not play last night, starts this one. Leone didn't start, will start this one. And Jackie Bradley Jr. J.D. Martinez this season, he not only has the home runs, but he's the first major leaguer to go past 100 RBIs.
Now let's take a look at Jimmy Yacobonis' pitch arsenal this season. He's got a power two-seam fastball, using it 62% of the time. Command is going to be key. You saw what happened in last night's ball game when mistakes are made. This Red Sox lineup is potent 1 through 9. Yacobonis got to be in the zone. You see the numbers elevated here. This will be his 5th game for the Orioles and 3rd career major league start. Yeah, Yacobonis changed from a full-time reliever into a starter, trying to stretch him out in the minor leagues right now. Mixed reviews here in his opportunities at the major league level. Elevated earned run average up over 7. And how about the opposition hitting 326? Righties at 296 and the lefties way up into 300s. Yacobonis looking to get deep into this ball game. Long day today for the Orioles, looking to eat up some innings and shut down this Red Sox lineup.
It is going to be his first career start and his 3rd appearance against the Red Sox. He has no record against them, only an inning and a third worked with a run surrendered. And this long day of baseball is underway as the pitch is taken inside for a ball. Yacobonis working to Betts, 5-game hit streak. Big night last night with a 3 for 4, picking up 3 RBIs in the ball game. Betts will take that pitch inside, started swinging around on that thing and almost hit it. Bounces off the glove though, and the count will go to 2-0. Red Sox 82 and 35 have increased their lead to 9 games over the Yankees in the division. The biggest lead they've had all year was 9.5 games. Chance to go over that today, depending on this outcome in the Yankee game. Ball fouled away into the seats, and a 1-ball 2-strike count on Mookie Betts.
Yeah, Red Sox playing some pretty good baseball offensively. They're a powerhouse right now, and of course with Betts on top leading the way. He's in competition with his teammate J.D. Martinez for American League MVP. So some quality hitters and of course a solid defensive team as well.
The delivery to him will be taken away. The Orioles were eliminated from the American League East race last night. It is the earliest in the division era for a team to be eliminated. The 98 Rays held that record previously, August 16. The Orioles got it done on August 10. 2-2 delivery on the way. Betts drives it in the air to right field. High sky, a lot of glare today. Adam Jones is over there and puts it away. Betts out.
Adam Jones making the move to right field, 2nd game, and he's joined by Cedric Mullins in center and Trey Mancini over and left. Beckham and Villar will be turning 2 up the middle. Nunez and Davis once again on the corners. Austin Wynns getting game 1 today.
Wynns working behind the plate. He's done a great job calling games. Has thrown out 4 out of 9 in the limited chances he has had. Caleb Joseph in the ball game last night, and probably in game 2 here, and then you got another day game tomorrow. Yacobonis against Benintendi, 9-game hit streak for Benintendi, who will take the pitch for a strike. Benintendi delivered last night with a home run and 3 RBIs. That was his 1 hit, as he ended up going 1 for 5. He leads the Red Sox in RBIs against the Orioles this year. 18 RBIs in 13 games against the Orioles, and he's hitting .388 against the O's on the season. Benintendi has been a one-man terror show at the plate. Not that there aren't others who have been terror shows,
yeah,
but he's kind of led the charge.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, incredible numbers, but it isn't just him. Betts has put up some huge numbers against the O's. How about Martinez as well? But they're doing it against every team in baseball.
Fouled away. The Red Sox on their way probably to a record season. We talked about the Orioles being eliminated so early. They have tied the 62 Mets and the 32 Red Sox for the earliest date to be eliminated from a division league race ever, with a loss last night. 1 ball, 2 strike delivery by Yacobonis. That'll be in the air to left center field. It'll come back towards Mancini, and there are 2 down. Well, let's take a look at our Masson Sports blog recap, brought to you by PNC. No better time to act than today. PNC, make today the day. Rod Kabako taking a look at the entry of Cedric Mullins. And he can field, and he can throw, and he can hit. And Steve Molesky, more on the Mullins debut and Orioles Hall of Famers. You'll find it all on the blog. And Cedric Mullins, what a night last night with the family on hand, and handled it very calmly. Here is Moreland. It's Moreland. Will take the pitch outside for a ball. Moreland delivered last night as he is 1 for 2 lifetime off Yacobonis. See the big 14 home runs, 58 RBIs, and a 2 for 5 in the ball game last night. Infield moves around a little, but not a full shift. 3 balls in the air on the first 3 hitters. Trey Mancini, plenty of time and a good start. Yacobonis gets him out of there in a hurry. No easy task. (94-55) in the first innings this year. 1, 2, 3 for Yacobonis. Take a look at the Orioles starting lineup, brought to you by Southwest. Low fares, nothing to hide. That's transparency. VR, Beckham and Jones, Trumbo, Mancini and Davis, Nunez, Mullins and Wins. Mullins at 9th last night, 8 in this one. Wins, 5-game hit streak coming in.
Man, that Oriole offense is red hot, but up for a challenge today against David Price. He's on a nice little roll, and he's had great success against the Orioles in the past because he's pitching better. The changeup, a big-time secondary pitch for him, and the Orioles see a steady diet of changeups, trying to keep them off that fastball. And talked about the success he's had. 13 wins against the Orioles with a 2.77 earned run average. Pretty solid numbers on the year as well with the 11 wins. Opponents hitting 243. He has given up 18 home runs, though, this season.
The R will take the pitch, and it is in there for a strike. Oriole leadoff batter, switch hitter. He's gone 2 for 9 lifetime against Price, and the 1 for 4 and a couple of RBIs in the ball game last night. Price has beaten the Orioles this year almost through a complete game shutout. Only a home run hit by Manny Machado ended the shutout in the 9th inning. He got the win, got the complete game. He has 2 complete games in his career against the Orioles. That'll be fouled away. In the start this year, he went 9 innings, giving up a couple of earned runs on 5 hits in the ball game, with that home run by Mancini being the long ball. Lifetime against the Orioles, he is 13-5. He carries a 2.77 lifetime ERA against the O's, and he has struck out exactly 1 per inning against the Orioles in his career. 172 strikeouts and 172 innings against the O's.
Yeah, great success, and he's kind of had to change himself as a pitcher. As a younger arm, he'd rush it up there in the mid-90s. Really had to learn to pitch when the fastball velocity started lowering a little bit.
That one hit hard to center field. kind of lost it in the haze there. Finally finds it, and Jackie Bradley Jr. puts it away.
Bradley Jr. a rare error in last night's ball game. A little trouble with the sun. He's joined by Benintendi and Betts in this super outfield. Bogarts and Holt turning two up the middle. Nunez and Moreland on the corners this afternoon, and Leon doing the catching for the Sox.
That'll bring up Tim Beckham. Tim comes in with a 4-game hit streak extended last night with a 2 for 6, including a home run and a couple of RBIs. I mean, these teams went at it last night. 19 runs surrendered by the Orioles, the most since 2012 against Minnesota. That has popped up towards first base. Again, this high sky will cause some problems here. Moreland circles around that one, and Beckham is retired. 2 down.
All the outs up in the air here to start this ball game. Here's a good look at that high sky.
Last night there were 31 total runs. It's the most combined here at Camden Yards since the Orioles lost to the Rangers back in 2007 in a game that had 33 runs scored in it. Rangers outscored the Orioles 30-3. Last night 31 runs combined. It was just a slugfest. 2 down, nobody on. Pitch will be taken away. Adam Jones, our AT&T achieving more.
Yeah, pretty impressive numbers against the Red Sox this year. .340 batting average, 17 hits. He got a couple doubles in there and 6 stakes, and he's raked them throughout his career, though. I mean, he's got over 700 at bats against the Red Sox and hitting right on track with his career numbers. .281. He's got 28 home runs, 32 doubles, and over 100 RBI. A lot of time against the Sox team.
185th game for Adam Jones against Boston. He has played against the Red Sox more than any other Oriole, as you might expect. And as pointed out by Mike, he's done it successfully. So had a big night last night. 3 for 5, couple of RBIs, another multi-hit game for Adam. Adam has now hit in the last 8 games he has appeared in against the Red Sox. He's gone 15 for 35 over that 8-game stretch against Boston. His career average against David Price, .217. 2-2 delivery on the way, and he'll chase one tailing away. So both pitchers start out with clean innings. We've already had more clean innings in this game than we had all last night. In today's game, Jimmy Yacobonis has made 2 major league starts this year. His first career major league start against Seattle, June 28. 2 runs, 6 hits over 4. And then in game 1 of a doubleheader against the Yankees, that was on July 9, 3 runs, 6 hits over 5. So this is his 3rd major league start. As Mike said, converted to a starter this year at AAA Norfolk. Pitch will be taken down low. Here's J.D. Martinez. Martinez, the designated hitter, he has a 9-game hit streak coming into this ball game, continuing on his drive for perhaps a triple crown with the numbers that he is putting up. 1-0 delivery. It'll be a high strike called. Behind the plate, Trip Gibson. Generally, strike zone that favors the hitters over his long, solid career working behind the plate. Andy Fletcher, Adrian Johnson, and Marvin Hudson on this crew. That'll go into the shift. Beckham will make the throw over to Davis to get the out. Well, the Car First Fan Challenge is back. You tweet your signature dish to us, and you could face Adam Jones in a cooking battle. Live fearless with a name trusted for over 75 years. Care First, Blue Cross Blue Shield. Mike and I lobbying mightily to again be judges.
Yeah.
Getting to eat
Adam
some of
cook.
the food.
Yeah, he loves the food for sure.
So you may be the one who gets to push your dish up against his. Pitch on the way. 0-1 count with one down. Here is Bogaerts. Bogaerts home run last night, 1 for 4 and 4 RBIs, including a bases loaded walk. That one to center field. Again, Mancini will not have a play on this one. Ball drops in, and Bogaerts is on with a base hit. First hit he's had off Yacobonis in 5 career at bats, and there is the first hit of the ball game.
Yeah, a little jam shot there by Bogaerts. Fastball running in, takes it off the hands, but finding some outfield grass. And Bogaerts actually kind of set the tone last night for the Red Sox in the first inning with a 3-run home run. Bundy could not escape that first. Had 2 outs on the board, and Bogaerts reached out there with 2 strikes and touched him for that 3-run shot.
Here is Holt. Big night last night as he had a 3 for 4. Holt likes playing against the Orioles. He's hitting .375 this year against the Orioles with a home run and 4 RBIs, well above his overall season average. He had his 16th multi-hit game and his 4th 3-hit ball game last night. Yacobonis' delivery will be taken away. If we go by the numbers at AAA for Jimmy Yacobonis, at AAA now, the left-handers hit .246 with 4 home runs. The right-handers hit .168 with only 1 home run. Those are the numbers from AAA, which obviously a good deal more numbers to look at than the couple starts he's had at the major league level.
Yeah, well, right-hander's not too comfortable off Yacobonis. I mean, you see a pretty violent delivery, and that certainly adds to the deception. And I think that's what was kind of intriguing as a reliever, because he had the big arm, and now that he's eaten up more innings, the fastball velocity's come down a little bit. I think Buck Showalter and obviously the Oriole organization believe that he can be a starting pitcher, but I tend to think that the value now for pitching, and we'll take a look at this strikeout here and Yacobonis' delivery. Take a look. Quick slide step there. That's important. But how about just put the head down and let it rip? 2-seam action, moving away from the lefty on the outside corner. Nice pitch right there by Yacobonis. But the value, I think, the middle relief. Guys that have to eat up the innings in between a ball game, I think that's where the value is going to come. And I see Yacobonis being one of those arms.
It's almost where you want to be as a pitcher in the majors, more than being a starter. So he gets the strikeout. Yacobonis has 12 strikeouts in 12 plus innings worked at the major league level this year. Here is Nunez. Nunez getting the start at third base in the ball game. He's had a .290 number against the Orioles this year, including a home run. Runner at first, foul back into the screen on a good cut. Yacobonis at AAA, just to update you, as a starter now with the Tides, he went 3-4, had an ERA of 4.23. He worked 66 innings as a starter and gave up 31 earned runs. And that's all from Norfolk. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Nunez. Runner off first, pokes that one in the air to right field, not deep in the Bermuda Triangle area, but it stays up, and Adam Jones puts it away. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. Trumbo to the plate when we come back.
boy, has he been on fire. 12-game hitting streak last night, picked up a couple more knocks, but how about the fact that he's driving the ball, hitting home runs, driving it out of the yard last night, an opposite field shot, and it just kind of tells you that he is locked in. I mean, 3 hits in last night's ball game, a couple runs, and picking up his 17th home run of the year.
Equaling his career high with a hit streak of 12. Also picked up during the streak 11 runs, 14 RBIs in those 12 games. It's the 3rd time in his career he has had a 12-game hit streak. Had one back in 18 and here in June of this year, and one back in 2015. And with the multi-hit game last night, he's got 21 multi-hit games this season. Trumbo in the cleanup spot. Pops that one high in the air. Something about air balls here in this game off both these pitchers. That'll be Holt, and Trumbo is retired. Our Maryland Lottery contestant of the game is Gwendolyn Addison from Baltimore. $500 for being selected, $500 more for every Orioles home run hit today. Play Home Run Rich. Scratch House went up to $50,000. Or enter non-winning tickets for a chance to be the contestant of the game. Go to mdlottery.com/home run. Gwendolyn,
how about that last pitch? You see the circle change that we talked about in the open here. David Price getting Trumbo out in front. First inning established that fastball. The power hitter getting the change.
Trey Mancini up. Mancini 1 for 5 in the ball game last night. Lifetime 2 for 10 off David Price with a home run. Orioles have not fared well against lefty starters again this year. That's been a truism over the last 5 years. Orioles are 14-23 against left-handed starters. Of course, this year it hasn't made a whole lot of difference. The Orioles have only won 35 games. 1-1 delivery on the way, and that will be outside. The Red Sox have won 11 of the 13 games these two teams have played. They have won 10 of the last 11 games they've played here at Camden Yards. Swing and a miss as it fell off the table.
Man, see working that outside corner right now on Mancini. Threw a straight fastball for strike 1. A little cutter just missing the outside corner. That second pitch, and then the changeup down at the bottom of the zone. Mancini seeing everything on that outer edge.
2-2 delivery on the way, and that's going to be whacked into center field for a base hit. He did not miss a ball that he could put the barrel of the bat on.
Man, I'm telling you, when hot hitters are going good, they're seeing the ball well, but they're able to make adjustments in at bats, and Mancini does right there, showing the great patience. This ball cuts right back on the outer third, and he stays on it, smoking it back through the box.
Mancini is now 11 for 38 in August, hitting over 270 for the month of August. That will bring up Chris Davis. One down, runner on. Davis 2 for 4, homer, a couple of RBIs in the ball game last night. He's had pretty good numbers off Price. 268 and 2 home runs lifetime, and that's on the inside corner. Rocket Mortgage breakdown.
Yeah, take a look. David Price versus David Price. 268. Got the 11 hits, a couple home runs on Davis. A mini hot streak. Of course, last night hit a home run, got another base hit, so the confidence up. It might be a good matchup for Davis today.
Pitch will be in there for a strike. The only left-hander in the lineup against David Price. It hasn't mattered much. Left-handers hitting 240. Right-handers 243. Now the right-handers have 15 of the 18 home runs that Price has surrendered this year. 0-2 count. Runner off first base. Look for the outside corner. Leone framed it. Won't get the call.
That's a dart down there. Best fastball so far of the ball game. 94 miles an hour. A little crossfire across the plate here. Davis backside leaves a little bit. He's praying for a ball call. He gets it there.
They do not have the full shift on against Chris Davis. You don't see that very often. 1-2 delivery on the way. The bat's going to go a long way, but it will stay out of the seats as it goes down the line. So Chris Davis, a swing and a miss and a miss.
Big toss there. Oh my gosh. Out past first base.
Couple of strikeouts picked up by Price. Davis goes down. Price this year right where he normally is, a strikeout per inning. He's got 126 strikeouts in 129 and 2/3 innings. Here is Nunez. 1 for 3 in the ball game last night for the Orioles. Third baseman. 2 Nunez's in the ball game, 1 for each team, and they're both at third. And the pitch will be taken outside for a ball. Orioles trying to stay away from the disastrous walks of last night. 10 walks surrendered, and 8 of those 10 scored in the 19-12 win. And a comeback. The Red Sox coming back from a 5-run deficit in that ball game. 1-0 delivery on the way, and an off-speed breaking ball will just miss outside. Those are the ones Price really hopes to get a call on, but not likely with Trip Gibson.
Yeah, he is trying to work that outside corner. Of course, he has better command, I think, arm side. Isn't afraid to work everything on that outside edge. But fearless really pitching in to the right-handers as well. He'll drive a fastball in there to open up that outer edge anytime. Delivery on a 2-0, and that's going to miss outside again. Trying to go to that outside corner and can't find it. He has walked 39 coming into the ball game in 128 innings. So you'll get a couple of walks in a ball game perhaps against him, although for David Price most of the time if he walks you he intended to. Just didn't want to deal with you. 3-0 delivery on the way, and he went right back out there again and got him to go after it. Yeah, well, and that's really the key. So David Price thinking that Nunez, one of these type of hitters that potentially could ambush you. And here Nunez looking to do some ambushing. 3-0 count. Price upset that he fell behind. There is the healthy 3-0 hack right there. Nunez looking to do some damage, and Buck giving him that green light. And now you expect Price maybe to throw a change up here. 3-1. Came back in and gets a strike. That's probably the most middle strike he has thrown in this at bat. Yeah, for sure. And the count goes 3-2. Well, nothing on the dish at all up until that 3-1 count. Now it's like, all right, here it comes. Hit it if you can. 93 right down the middle. Nunez was wishing and hoping on that one. That was not going to be called a ball. And evidence of his wishing and hoping, he never dropped the bat. So a 3-ball 2-strike count. Runner will go. Mancini off first base, and the ball will be put up in the air again. Not deep. Holt back. Bradley Jr. coming in, and he will put it away. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. 2 complete. Zip zip. Future thoughts on the page, and perhaps it's unfair to judge Beckham, the Orioles shortstop, based on performance this year. After all, adjusting to a position change, recovering from an injury during the spring, ultimately missing 2 months of the season due to the injury. And on the flip side, Beckham will be 29 next year, second season of arbitration eligibility. The Orioles trying to get younger. It's hard to imagine that Beckham will be part of the franchise's next competitive team. Zach Wilt, MASNsports.com. Another one of the question marks for the Orioles. If you're looking under the assumption of getting people together who will be on the next winning team, does Tim Beckham fit that definition?
First, you got to buy the definition. Somebody want this? Thank you very much. Nunez coming on. Giacobonis was getting a little scared there, wondering if anybody was really going to try and catch that.
Right, yeah, he thought he was going to have to call that one himself. But a nice job by Nunez rushing in. Take a look. Another good pitch here and another weak pop-up. And Nunez, after finally seeing the ball, calling Giacobonis and wins off. A nice play there.
So a quick out on Leon. Here's Jackie Bradley Jr., their center fielder. Big night last night. He ended up with a 3 for 4 in the ball game and an RBI. One down. Certainly want to take a moment to recognize someone who was not here at the ball game, and that is Jerry Remy, the longtime player, broadcaster for the Boston Red Sox. He has been battling lung cancer since 2008. And last year, anybody who's gone through this knows, thought he had it beat. He could find no remnants of it. Last week, CT scan, biopsy, it's back. He is not broadcasting with the club, probably won't be back this year. Jerry said he'll learn more about the treatment and a timetable in the next couple of weeks. What he said to the press before he left Boston was, "I will never quit." He has battled this cancer since 2008, coming in and out of the booth for the Red Sox. He will be greatly missed, and we are thinking of Jerry Remy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Jerry, a great man, a great broadcaster. Used to love watching him play those old Red Sox teams. But, you know, he has, and I'm not jumping on the Red Sox bandwagon, but there are so many people in Red Sox Nation that care about him. He has so much support right now. And with his heart, you know he's going to be back. So look forward to seeing him back in the booth next season.
Yep, the battle goes on for Jerry. Jackie Bradley Jr., a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Jimmy Giacobonis. Pitch on the way in the air to left field. Trey Mancini. This is about as many fly balls early in a ball game as we have seen this year. They are bumping them up.
Okay, Orioles fan, it's game time. Time to get up and start your day. So get up, get going, and put today in the win column.
4-game series continues tomorrow, and all fans 14 and under get the Orioles Retro Talking Alarm Clock presented by United Concordia Dental and featuring Joe Angel, as you just heard. Go to Orioles.com for tickets. Sorry to say, Joe, but this morning you would not have woken me up with that. It took a lot of buzzing and my fist slamming down on the side table, trying to knock the phone off the table.
I hear you.
I had no interest in getting up this morning. The pitch is taken up high. Did go around on it. Andy Fletcher down at first on Mookie Betts. Betts slide out to right field his first time up. 378 against the Orioles on the year. The ballpark where he's done exceedingly well. He carries a 308 lifetime average at Camden Yards. He will take the slider away. Giacobonis called up. You get an extra player, doubleheader day. Giacobonis is the 26th man for the Orioles. Sean Gilmartin, a left-hander from AAA, was called up today and added to the roster, and Donnie Hart was sent down. So Gilmartin's the new left-hander. And to a person today, everybody said, "Who?" And even Buck Showalter didn't have much of an answer because the decision clearly was made kind of spur of the moment by the looks of it. And Buck didn't know a whole lot about Sean Gilmartin, except for the fact he was here.
Yeah, he's been around the block a little bit. Former first round pick, though.
2-2 delivery on the way down to third. That's a foul ball.
Had some time with the Mets. Actually, he was drafted back in 2011 by the Braves, 28th overall. And then ended up getting traded to the Twins. Bounced around a little, went to the Mets. And he was claimed off waivers by St. Louis. And when St. Louis released him, the Orioles scoffed him up.
He's only been with the Orioles since, July 13. He was released by AAA Memphis. And Mookie Betts is out of there. And these two pitchers, pretty good duel early on here in the ball game. We'll see Cedric Mullins at the plate coming up. and orthopedic care together. To schedule an appointment, call 410-601-PLAY.
Doubleheader today and round up game 2 tonight at 7. Then, of course, tomorrow afternoon, the 1 o'clock start. O's off on Monday, but the Mets come into town on Tuesday and Wednesday, and both those starts at 7 p.m.
That'll bring Cedric Mullins to the plate. Hitting 9th last night, 8th tonight, 3 for 4, 2 RBIs. Family was on hand to watch his major league debut, and he certainly did not disappoint with the performance last night. First player, Orioles history, to record 3 hits in his major league debut. He will foul that one back. He is the second player this year to have 2 hits, 2 runs, and 2 RBIs in his first major league game. Jose Bracino of the Angels did it, and he's the second player this year to have 3 hits in his debut. David Fletcher of the Angels did that against Seattle in June. He will take that pitch. It is in there for a strike.
Cedric Mullins, 1 at bat from the right side last night. Drew a walk, a nice quiet at bat. Really impressed with his poise through last night's ball game. You know, there was a lot of adrenaline, emotions going through his head, but played like he'd been here a while.
1-2 delivery. The switch hitter will take the pitch. Price up high with it. 2 ball, 2 strike count. It will be important today for both these pitchers to try and be as effective as they've started out this ball game, because this humidity and heat will take a toll. That'll be slashed foul the other way. Mullins wins. VR due up for the Orioles, batting here in the 3rd inning of a scoreless ball game. Mullins out there in center field for the Orioles, where the Orioles hope he will be ensconced for some time as a foundation member of the new look Orioles. 2-2 delivery on the way, and got him perfectly located.
Yeah, he's got a tough cutter. Boy, oh boy, and that arm side command. He's been working that outside corner and missing by inches. He's either on the edge or just off, and there, just painted perfectly. And Mullins just giving up a little bit on the backdoor cutter as it works its way in and catching the edge. Take a look, just enough movement to catch that black on the plate.
So he's doing, Price is what we said he's done against the Orioles from day one. Strikes out 1 an inning. It's exactly what he's done so far in the first 3. Here is Wins. 5-game hit streak for him. That'll be a strike on the outside corner. Austin Wins behind the plate for the Orioles. Defense pretty much straight up against him. Game number 18 for him. 3 home runs, 7 RBIs. He's had a really fine start. Strike called on the inside corner. He will turn back towards Trip Gibson, the home plate umpire, reminding him that I also catch and will frame pitches that are there for my guy.
Well, a couple pitches, right? The change up, down and away, and then a pitch, break a ball up and in that looks so, covering all the quadrants in a couple pitches.
That'll go to short, and that's going to be a base hit. Bogart's diving may just have tipped the end of the glove, but it's in there, and Wins has a 1-out single.
Yeah, nice little 2-strike base hit right there for Austin Wins. So file the strike 2 call and make an adjustment, and boom, smack it through the 5-6 hole. Nice swing right there.
Take a look at our league leaderboard, brought to you by Coons. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons.
Well, who would have thought, right? Oriole offense struggled the whole first half, but post All-Star break, .296 batting average to lead the way. Pretty impressive stuff. A lot of hot hitters. Adam Jones, of course. Tim Beckham, Trumbo got that hitting streak going, 12 games. Mancini, Caleb Joseph, and how about Austin Wins is swinging the bat every time he gets an opportunity.
Scott Coolbaugh maybe finally being listened to.
All right.
And oh, look out, rifled right by the entryway on the near side of the Orioles dugout.
Man.
And again, we saw him do this last night. VR, the old-fashioned way of trying to drive the ball to right field. He will pick up the back leg and lean.
Oh yeah, he's all getting into that outer third, hunting the pitch away, and they're a little stutter step and driving it into the dugout.
Runner at first and a big hole between first and second base. Price's delivery and a big cut. VR fouls that one back. Switch hitter flied out to center field his first time up. Jonathan VR against the Red Sox lifetime has had 8 hits in 17 at bats. Not a lot of at bats, but a lot of hits. against Boston. Tim Beckham waiting on deck. Wins at first, held by Moreland. 0-2 delivery on the way. That'll be a chopper, not hit hard. Only play is going to be at first. Tim Bogart's quick and a big stretch at first by Moreland. It hurt me more than him, and they get the out, and Wins goes down to second base.
Yeah, pretty good play on both ends here. Not too often you see a shortstop do the backhand on a slow roller, but Bogart's, instead of working his way around, more efficient and direct to the baseball. Little backhand and the quick transfer. How about that? Right to the hand. Throw a little high, but there's Moreland with the stretch. Gold Glove first baseman over there to help his infielders. Right at the apex. Nice play there.
Home plate umpire waiting to get a supply of baseballs here. That'll bring him back behind the plate. David Price. He just did something I rarely see. Pitchers always, when they don't want the baseball, throw it out, but they always throw it to their own dugout. David Price threw it over to the Orioles dugout. Yeah. Adam Jones picked it up and kind of looked out like, what are you doing?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
2 down. Orioles get a shot. Scoreless ball game. Tim Beckham popped out his first time up. Runner on at second base. Price will get it in there for a strike. The Orioles went 5 for 12 with runners in scoring position last night. They stranded 8. Both teams enormous chances. Red Sox were 7 for 13 and they left 7 on base last night, and they still scored 19 runs to the Orioles 12. 0-1 delivery on the way, and that one he got away from.
Well, Tim Beckham definitely one of the hotter bats since the All-Star break, but how about this? 5 hits in his last 4 games. 3 of those hits home runs. Yeah, hit a bomb in last night's ball game. It was a big swing right here.
15 multi-hit ball games for Beckham on the year. 1 ball, 1 strike count, and the pitch will be up and away. David Price has never lost in starts in this ballpark. He is 7-0 at Camden Yards, and his ERA here at Camden Yards is 2.96. So the Orioles trying to put one in the other column against him here in this start. This is the 12th career start he's had here in Baltimore. 2-1 delivery on the way. You need a very big paddle to try and hit that thing. 2-2.
Yeah, pretty good right now at the movement right in front of the plate and the ability to change his speeds. Getting a lot of hitters guessing, especially the movement he's getting on that outside edge. That 4th pitch there at the bottom of the zone will change up. And Beckham swinging over the top of.
Wins the lead at second. Holt holding him a little bit. 2 ball, 2 strike count on Beckham with 2 down. Price's delivery over the top and way up high. And he works the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Red Sox are 13-2 in the last 15 starts that Price has made. It didn't start out that way early on in the season. They were 3-4 in his first 7 starts of the year. Then that got reversed and has stayed that way. Alex Cora's ball club rolling along 82-35. 3-2 delivery on the way, and another jam shot down low.
Yeah, there have been times this year where David Price hasn't had his good stuff and had some bad outings, but the offense kind of helps pick him up and cover up, mask some of the mistakes that he's made, because he has a roller coaster ride. They're up and downs just like any pitcher at the major league level, and early on in the season he was getting rocked and did not get a lot of offensive support. And just recently he's been getting hit hard too, but the offense there to cover up some of those blemishes and help them get right back on track.
This offense can cover a lot of that up.
Yeah, for sure.
Number 1 in the majors in almost every offensive category. 3-2 count, runner on second base, and he'll get him. So Price will pick up his 4th strikeout, 2 in the inning. No runs a hit, runner left on. all-wheel drive RAV4. Toyota, what drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Jimmy Yacobonis, no walks, 2 strikeouts. David Price, no walks, 4 strikeouts. And a scoreless first 3 innings of this ball game. Benintendi will be leading it off. Moreland and then Martinez to follow. The Red Sox are on a pace to win 113 games. They only have to play 500 rest of the way to have 104 wins, which will be just 2 games shy of the all-time franchise record. So they're, unless that falls apart, they'll set a new franchise record in wins. The breaking ball will be taken outside. Benintendi flied out to left his first time up. Most of these Red Sox hitters in this lineup have seen Yacobonis in 1 game and have picked up 3 or 4 at bats against him. But that's it. And the pitch will be taken away 2-0.
Yeah, Yacobonis pretty good first time through here. No runs on the board, obviously. But last night we saw problems when pitchers started to fall behind and losing command, trying to be too fine on the edges. Here in a little bit of trouble. Got to get right back into the strike zone.
Does, and gets another fly ball. And these are lazy fly balls that have been hit. It'll be hauled in by Mancini. Benintendi twice has gone to Trey in left field. Game of Thrones returns to Oriole Park on Tuesday the 14th. Choose between 2 special ticket packages with both options, including a Game of Thrones bobblehead. You can learn more at each special ticket package and purchase them today at Orioles.com/Game of Thrones. Happy to see Kevin Gausman had a real good outing the other day. Picked up a win.
Sure did. 8 strong innings.
8 strong innings. Yep. Good for him. Mitch Moreland flied out his first time up, also to left field. 4 putouts already for Trey Mancini in left field. Moreland one of those. Moreland with a 1 for 3 in his only at bats against Jimmy Yacobonis, 25-year-old right-hander. 1-0 pitch on the way. Now we're seeing a little more of the patience here. Second times through the lineup, you can sense it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Red Sox aren't going to expand. They're not going to get themselves out typically and swing at a pitcher's pitch. They're pretty disciplined, and it kind of showed in last night's ball game.
2-0 delivery on the way and a grounder that goes into right field. Second base there. Villar's got it, and Moreland is retired, and there are 2 down. Our PNC Minor League Insights brought to you by PNC. No better time to act than today. PNC, make today the day.
How about Zach Lowe? They're continuing to dominate there in Frederick. Last 4 starts, a 1.85 earned run average. Only the 6 walks with the 26 punch-outs. And the opponent's not doing too well. Just 2.18 batting average off Lowther. And he's making his move through the Orioles system.
And we'll bring up J.D. Martinez, grounded out his first time up. 9-game hit streak. During the hit streak, he's hitting .432, 3 home runs, 12 RBIs. He got his 31st double of the year last night. He's had 10 extra base hits in the last 9 ball games. Leader in home runs, leader in RBIs. The only major leaguer who has passed the century mark in runs batted in so far this year. 0-1 delivery on the way. He'll go after that and chop it foul.
Yeah, he's been a pretty consistent player all season long. You see the Orioles shift.
And our StatCast AI powered by AWS.
Yeah, pulled over a little bit. Martinez, you know, he is no stranger to driving the ball to right center. But in the last few weeks, he's been turning and burning on some balls. A lot of the highlights we've seen, even in last night's ball game, turning on balls to left field. So the adjustment made defensively.
2-strike count. Yacobonis looking at a setup outside. That's where he goes with it. With Altuve hurt, the guy who usually leads the league in hits has fallen to 6th, and Martinez has taken over. He's got 141 hits. He's 2 ahead. Francisco Lindor, Cleveland, is 2nd with 139 total bases. That also belongs to Martinez. 1 ball, 2-strike count. Yacobonis gets it in, down to 3rd. Nunez. Plenty of time to get the out in a 1-2-3 inning. Wow. There's only been one hit. Bogart's single in the second inning. Otherwise, Yakubonis mowing him down. This one from Sports Illustrated. Don't lose that bag. JD's bag of toys is what it's called. Key to maintaining the majestic swing. Since 14 has allowed Martinez, Boston's first-year slugger, to post an OPS .951, third in the big leagues over that time, threatening for a triple crown. He has an iPhone X store with 2,700 plus videos, and at least 2,000 of them are recordings of the same thing. JD Martinez taking batting practice.
Oh, yeah. Why not, right?
Every day, every at bat, he goes and watches.
Yep. Well, that's what they do. And, you know, Tony Gwynn started that such a long time ago, right? Going in, watching his videos, doing it in the off season. And players started buying into that. And he was so ahead of his time as far as the extra reps you get without actually swinging, just looking at your video, internalizing it, visualizing the swing, probably going to bed looking at his swing.
Yep.
He gets 1,000 more looks at it than anybody else. And it really helps take care of your body too. And visualization training is something that, you know, I think a lot of sports have kind of bought into it, but baseball really starting to. There are some players that have really taken on to it wholeheartedly because it'll keep you fresher.
Yep.
And boy, your brain, you can trick your brain right there into those extra reps.
It's the adage of whatever works for you. Some guys refuse to look at videos. They will not go and look at an at bat ever.
Absolutely.
Because it works for them. So for JD Martinez, what works is taking a long look and lots of them. And it is a bag. There's a particular bag that has all his videos in it. And as Alex Cora said, he reminds people who work in the clubhouses, don't lose the bag was his quote. He tells them, do not lose that bag. Yeah. We can lose a lot of stuff, but you don't lose that.
You lose
Somebody
that bag,
be responsible.
You lose the job.
Exactly. You're out.
Well,
1 ball, 2 strike count. Why wouldn't you? You got a guy vying for the Triple Crown playing, and you're the manager. If you're going to watch that darn bag,
right.
It ain't going anywhere.
Yeah,
in fact, I'd probably have it in my office.
Exactly.
Under the desk.
Yeah.
Adam Jones, a 1 ball, 2 strike count for Price. Adam, a strikeout victim, his first time up. That's going to be a base hit. He found that hole, even though a little shift was on. Adam Jones continues to pick up base hits. 3 last night, now 1 for 2 in this one. Well, the Mets are going to visit Oriole Park 14 and 15, and on Wednesday, August 15, all fans receive the Orioles Maryland State T-shirt. For tickets, go to Orioles.com. Yet another club in the throes of rebuilding, as the Mets have had an extremely disappointing season, and they may be in for a lot of changes, both on the field and in the front office. Here is Mark Trumbo. Orioles get their 3rd hit off Price, all singles. Trumbo popped out his first time up. Adam on at first base, and the pitch just misses outside for a ball.
Boy, he's just tantalizing hitters right now. These borderline pitches. Struck him out on a changeup, so starts him out with a changeup in about the same location. Nice take right there by Trumbo. And so many times we talk about when an Oriole hitter gets hot, typically they're just seeing the ball so well, limited head movement, and Trumbo right there.
Moves that one just far enough. Trumbo thought it was the same place, but a different call. Count goes to 1-1. Mark hitting .276 off the left-handers and .268 off righties. He split it up pretty good. 5 of his 17 home runs, 5 hit against left-handers. 2 lifetime against Price. 1-1 delivery and went upstairs a little bit on that one. Still stayed away. 1-2.
And Trumbo kind of shaking his head. How did he miss that? Price making a mistake, up and out over, and Trumbo swinging right through. Look at that meatball. Center cut.
Orioles with that leadoff man on. Price doesn't give many of those up. 74% of leadoff batters retired this year for David Price. 1-2 delivery, got him on a high strike call as he came back inside. Mark will have a word on his way back.
Well, he hasn't gone inside, hasn't attacked inside all ball game, and here it is the first time. Trumbo, boy, he's the guy he's targeting right here. Fastball, a generous call on this fastball, up and in to get Trumbo. A steady diet of pitches away, and at a big time in the ball game, gets a big call for strike 3.
Strikeout high this season is 9 for David Price. He's got 5 strikeouts already in this one. Trey Mancini, a base hit first time up. Jones still at first base, 1 down. Trey will take the off-speed pitch away, starting all these right-handers away, away, away.
Yeah, he's waiting, and now really it's going to take, if he gets one call out there just off the outside corner, that could really mess up some Oriole hitters because they are having great takes out there. And Price just kind of teasing them with everything on the outer edge. But the O's showing some good patience right now.
And that pitch will be there for a strike. So the great control that he has is the fact that he is able to move that pitch just enough from where it wasn't a strike to where it is a strike.
Absolutely.
And just looking at it, it looks like it's exactly the same place, but he's good enough to make that move.
Oh, and everything out there has the same look out of his hand. And that's what makes it so tough. Some of the greatest pitchers in the history of the game, they have 3 or 4 pitches and everything looks the same out of their hand. You just can't tell. You pick it up too late. Well, Price falls into that category, especially when he works these righties on the outside corner. One time it's a straight 4-seam fastball. One time it's a cut fastball. Next time it's turnover changeup pushing away. So he's crisscrossing the outer edge, and sometimes a guessing game for the Orioles hitters.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Mancini is going to watch one go as again he went away.
Yeah, another cutter that seen a couple times. The Oriole righties just taken, giving up on the pitch. It starts out in the left-hander's box, but he gets on the side of that baseball, works much like a slider. A little more lateral movement right there and catching the edge. Mancini not liking the call.
6 strikeouts, 2 in the inning. Chris Davis, a strikeout victim first time up. Leadoff single by Jones. He is still over there at first base. And again, they do not use the full shift. One of the few times we've seen a ball club in consecutive at bats even not employ the full shift. They move it a little more over, putting Bogarts almost behind second base. Holt plays a step on the outfield grass at second, but nowhere near what Davis generally sees, and there are 2 down here. 0-1 count. Chris gets jammed. Did he go? Yep. Marvin Hudson down at third.
Now running a little 2-seam fastball in there, 93 miles an hour with that tailing movement. Davis commits just a little too much on the fastball, but that late movement looked like it was going to be a ball.
0-2. Short lead at first base for Jones, and will miss inside. Price has not had a win in the last 2 starts against the Yankees and the Phillies, but wasn't because he didn't pitch well. Against the Yankees, he gave up 2 runs, 4 hits over 6, and against the Phillies, 1 run, 8 hits, 8 innings. Both those games he ended up non-decisioned. He has not lost a ball game since July 1 against the Yankees. That one on the third base side headed over to Souvenir territory.
Now Davis just battling with 2 strikes. Yeah, right there, not even knowing really where the ball was, just getting a piece of it, fouling it off up into the seats. And that's the approach he's going to have here. Just get into battle mode with Price.
Chris this year has hit only a .125 against Boston. He has had a home run, couple of RBIs. .224 lifetime hitter against the Red Sox. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Defense stays as was and way inside at 93 miles an hour, and the count will go to 2-2. No score in this ball game. Doubleheader day. Second game, 7 o'clock tonight, split doubleheader. Jeffrey Ramirez will start for the Orioles. To my knowledge, the Red Sox still haven't announced a starter. We'll check on that again, but at the beginning of the game they hadn't announced it. They said they were going to do it last night. Swing and a miss. 7 strikeouts. He strikes the side out. Jones gets a leadoff single. Trumbo, Mancini, and Davis all K. It remains zip-zip. And by the University of Maryland Medical Center. Be a part of something greater. No score in this one. First game of the doubleheader. Not a lot of hits either. Do the floss.
Floss it up. Floss it up. Yep, yep, yep.
I love it.
Everybody's doing it.
There's something about that move. This looks like a great dance. It's another one of those. Where did Lord's name did that come from? Was it a dental office? Here's Bogaerts, base hit his first time up, base hit his second time up. So Bogaerts has both of the Red Sox hits. This one is a leadoff single here in the 5th inning. He's got 3 hits now, 6 at bats in the 2 games.
Yeah, you like the way Yacobonis is throwing though. Very efficient right now, getting in the middle part of this ball game. Low pitch count. Yacobonis has gotten up over 70 pitches as a starter here at the major league level and topped out over 80 pitches in the minor league. So looking for him to eat up a couple more innings here.
Yacobonis has gone as many as 5. That was against the Yankees in his second major league start at the major league level. Here is Holt, strikeout victim, his first time to the plate. Bogaerts, decent lead over there at first. Yacobonis taking note of that. Ball will get away. He'll stay as Davis will chase it down. Red Sox, of course, are a running ball club. Unusual in the American League for any team to be running, but this ball club will do that. And they put up some pretty good numbers.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about right here. How about the highest stolen base percentage this season? And the Red Sox, you just think about these powerhouse hitting players, but they can run as well. 91 stolen bases, 82% success rate. You see the Orioles on that list as well. Of course, the Orioles, the 42 stolen bases, and a couple of guys that led the way with the stolen bases aren't even here. Gentry had 10. He's rehabbing his way back. And, of course, Machado with his 8. Part of the Dodgers team right now. So Peterson with the 9 stolen bases leading the way for the O's.
2-0 delivery. Those are Maryland Live Casino inside the numbers. Mullins will back up a little bit. Cedric is there, puts it away. Runner tags, gets the throw in a hurry. Holt is retired, 1 down. Bogart stays at first base. Join fellow students, alumni, and supporters. University Nights here at Oriole Park. Fans purchasing a University Night ticket package get a unique Orioles cap featuring the participating school's colors and logo. The caps are limited, so be sure to reserve your seats now. Go to Orioles.com/university. 1 down. That will bring Nunez to the plate. Bogart's not going anywhere. He has stolen 4 out of 6 for the Red Sox. He's over there at first base. Tom Goodwin, first base coach, having a word with him. Yeah. If for no other reason than making sure the Orioles are watching.
Well, I'll tell you, the bottom of this lineup, you better watch out for a hit and run. Some kind of action here. A lot of these guys pretty good at putting the ball in play. And you mentioned that Bogart's he doesn't run a lot. And you see his stolen base success probability as he inches off, kind of increasing a little bit.
Breaking ball will miss outside. Nunez did not appear in the ball game last night, but on Thursday had a season high 3 hits. He's had 8 multi-RBI games this season. And he's had a pretty hot bat. He's had multiple hits now, 7 of the last dozen ball games that he has been in. Agabonis' pitch will ride inside. Red Sox continue to roll along with still a number of injuries that have affected them all season long, but they've been able to survive that. Not just survive it, but be highly successful. They've got Dustin Pedroia probably out for the year, of course. Stephen Wright, the knuckleballer, bad knee. Christian Vasquez, starting catcher, out since July 8. Down the line, will it stay fair? He yanked it, and it is gone. Goodbye home run. Nunez continues his hot streak here in August. A 2 RBI shot, and the Red Sox are on the board.
Yacobonis falling behind, and Nunez getting the green light. 3-0 and not missing. Catching one of the Yacobonis heaters in a line drive, just staying fair down that left field line. 7th big fly of the year. Take a look right here. Yacobonis just trying to throw a strike. Wind's calling for it on the outside corner. 2-seamer leaks back over, and Nunez doesn't miss it.
So the home run puts the first runs up on the board. Number 7 on the year for Nunez, who now has 35 RBIs. Both teams used the homers last night. Each team had 3 home runs in the ball game last night. Nunez, his 2nd home run against the Orioles this year. And in fact, he only has 3 home runs against the Orioles in his career, and 2 of them have come this season. Leone popped out his first time up. He'll ground that one to second. Ayara's got it and records the out. Nunez kind of having a sneaky season, if you will, against the Orioles. You talk about everybody else, and justifiably so. He's hitting .290 with 2 home runs and 7 RBIs against the Orioles.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, a pretty versatile player as well. Can play all the infield positions. Jumped in there when Pedroia went down, so can play some 2nd and 3rd. So you know, versatile player. And they were able to pick him up from the Giants. And of course, he started his career, Nunez, with the Yankees, but he's helped out. And just the depth, you know, you talk about some of the key injuries, and this the depth of the Red Sox here, especially at the big league level, pretty impressive who they have that can fill in.
Yeah. They go out to get Ian Kinsler to help out at 2nd, and immediately he gets injured.
Down. Yeah.
So he's on the DL with a hamstring problem. That ball's tic-tacked way back in right field. How far? Goodbye home run. Middle row in the power alley. 390 or so away. And here they go again with the bottom part of this order. Jackie Bradley Jr. delivers the long ball, 3-0.
Well, Bradley Jr.'s had his struggles all season long, but I don't care who you are. If you're a big league hitter, you make a mistake to them on the plate, they're going to do something to it. And Bradley doesn't miss, catching his 10th home run of the season. And look at the location. Wynn's wanting it on the inside corner, and that's about as center cut as you can get. Middle fastball, and Bradley backlegging that one.
Yacabonis had given up a home run in each of the 2 starts, one against Seattle, one against the Yankees. He's given up 2 in this one. Jackie Bradley Jr. gets his first home run against the Orioles this year. So there is Sean Gilmartin, the left-hander, added to the roster today. Donnie Hart being sent down. Gilmartin coming up from Norfolk. Now Gilmartin's not the 26th player. The added player for the doubleheader is on the mound right now. That's Yacabonis. He's the one added. Gilmartin's been added to the 25-man roster. He's on for at least the moment.
All right.
So the Red Sox doing it again. A couple of home runs here in the 5th inning. And a 3-0 lead. Jackie Bradley Jr.'s got 10 on the year, 45 RBIs. And that's for a guy who doesn't hit. Strike taken on the inside corner.
Now, last night after the ball game, Dylan Bundy was interviewed and just talking about some of the walks that created some of the big innings. And he's explaining just how you have to be fine. You have to be almost perfect against this Red Sox lineup and work the edges, because it's a patient team. They're not going to chase and expand the zone. You make a mistake on the dish, and that's what happens. Home runs, a couple already today, and a couple mistakes. And in last night's ball game, anytime there was a mistake on the plate, it was getting hit hard somewhere.
0-2 the count. Yacabonis delivers. That's going to be a base hit. Yacabonis is out of gas. He's an emergency starter, even though he's been a starter at AAA this year. This is not a guy who's going to go very deep into a ball game at this point of his career. And he's just making some fat pitches now, and the Red Sox aren't missing him.
Well, the thing about it is, Yacabonis, not a lot of experience at the major league level. So, as an opposing team, you kind of wait and see what he's got. So first time through, Yacabonis very good. Second time through, obviously the Red Sox making an adjustment. And when you get 3 at-bats against a pitcher that doesn't have the full arsenal, more of a reliever type arsenal, and Yacabonis just pumping in the fastballs right now. Not a lot of secondary arsenal right here. So they've seen the fastball and they're starting to get to him.
Wins is being sent out to give the bullpen more time. Runner on at first base, Betts. So he continues his hit streak to 6 games. He's 1 for 3 in the ball game. Visit concluded. Trip Gibson, the home plate umpire, goes out to get him, and that'll be it for Yacabonis. So after a successful 4-inning start, Yacabonis runs into trouble, surrendering so far 3 runs, including 2 home runs, 1 to Nunez and 1 to Jackie Bradley Jr. So Yacabonis is out of there. The Red Sox have the 3-0 lead, and we'll get to tell you about the newest member of the bullpen.
second time through this lineup. Well, the Red Sox got to him, knocking him out. Still responsible for the runner at first base. Gave up 3 runs here in the 5th inning. 60 pitches thrown. He's going to give way to the newest Oriole, Sean Gilmartin. Just picked up and moved into AAA. Well, the Orioles calling him up. Donnie Hart off the roster. Gilmartin on. 31 games in the minors this season, a 4.30 earned run average, a couple games in AAA Norfolk. He's got all the pitches, but not a lot of velocity coming out. It's all about the pitchability. Can he keep the ball on the ground? Can he keep hitters off balance? He's got a fastball, slider, curve, and the change. That fastball rarely gets up over 90.
So Gilmartin will throw for the first time as an Oriole. Runner on at first base is Betts. Benintendi's at the plate. He has flied to left field twice. Sean Gilmartin will throw over. He's out of Thousand Oaks, California, 28 years old. He's bounced around in the minors since 2011. Another one of those high picks, yet to find his place. 2 down, and the pitch will be up high for a ball. Not much work, obviously, for Gilmartin at AAA. Didn't have much time. He's had 66 major league appearances, 2 starts, 3-3 with a 4.14 ERA. 151 minor league games. Breaking ball is going to miss inside. He was released by AAA Memphis, the Cardinals, July 13th. The Orioles signed him. 7 games at Norfolk, 2-0, 3.14 ERA. 4 relief appearances for the Norfolk Tides. 2-0 count. And again, the throw over with Mookie Betts measuring the move.
I got to keep him honest over there. Let him know you're thinking about him. The Red Sox will take advantage, try to push more runs across it. And we saw in yesterday's ball game, they're just relentless. They don't stop. So you can't take your eye off them.
22 out of 25 for Betts. Way inside again. So Gilmartin falls behind on Benintendi with Moreland waiting on deck. The major league level, hitters are .265 against him in his career. That ball will be there for a strike. Lefties .258, right-handers .271. Now those are career major league numbers. 298 opponent at bats at the major league level. Three ball, 1 strike count. Betts a little bigger lead. Not there he goes. That's going to go to second. That's going to be a base hit. Betts was running. He'll go to third. Adam Jones will get it into second. So Gilmartin greeted with a base hit by Benintendi, and the Red Sox keep this 5th inning going now, 1st and 3rd with 2 down.
Well, the importance of getting ahead really shown right here. Benintendi, red hot bat for the Red Sox, and Gilmartin falling behind. He gets into a good hitter's count. Saw Nunez 3-0 green light home run. Benintendi 3-1 count, whistling a base hit.
So 1st and 3rd, 2 out, and Moreland. Moreland has flied out and grounded out as the Red Sox will try and add to their 3-0 lead. All the runs being scored here in this inning. Nunez a 2-run homer and Bradley a solo shot. Lefty against lefty. Moreland will take the breaking ball that will miss a little bit down low. And a 1-0 count. 2 down, infield can stay back.
Yeah, got to be careful though. Betts over there at third base. He's going to take as much as Nunez will give him. Kind of creeping off there, messing around a little bit with Gilmartin.
257 off lefties. Breaking ball that will catch the inside corner. Moreland hitting over 300 against the Orioles this year. 1 home run, couple of RBIs, hitting .303 coming into the ball game against O's pitching. 1 ball, 1 strike count with 2 down. Big out here. He gets on, base hit, another run will score. Breaking ball, tried to wait on it, pops it up over the dugout, out of play.
A slow hook right there. No problem commanding that pitch to Benintendi. Nice to see he finally got the feel for it. Now he's got to finish it with the 2 strikes. Bury that pitch hard down and away. If that is indeed his put away pitch.
So Gil Martin trying to finish it off. Yacabonis coming out of there 4 2/3, 5 hits, 3 runs so far. Responsible for Betts at third base. Runner starts home. Davis takes a long look. Betts made the bluff to the plate on the throw over to first base.
Yeah, you definitely have to be careful now. You got 2 outs on the board. You got 2 strikes. You got speed everywhere. Benintendi and Betts, they can wreak havoc out there and send Benintendi going. The Orioles have to be prepared for anything in this situation.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Moreland up the middle. Play at second base, and the flip made to get the out. VA to Beckham, but 3 runs in the inning. 2 are left on base. Our Ram Doo-Ups brought to you by Ram Trucks. Experience the power and toughness of Ram at your local dealer, or log on to ramtrucks.com to get to work. Guts, glory, Ram. Back in 03, Jeff Kent was the victim. 7th inning, Wrigley Field. Kerry Wood became the fastest major leaguer to record his 1,000th career strikeout, 134 games. And then a little later, the arm gave out. And in 1912, shoeless Joe Jackson completed a stolen base cycle. He swept home in the 7th inning, 8-3 victory over New York at Cleveland's League Park. That may be one of those records like DiMaggio's hitting streak that might not be equal to get.
Yeah, right.
The stolen base cycle.
You know what? I don't know. Right.
Yeah.
If Betts had Benintendi and Betts right there, that last inning, 1st and 3rd. So Betts could have been rewarded, for a stolen base at home, and he certainly has the ability to steal 1st and 2nd. I mean 2nd and 3rd.
That'd be exciting to see, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
It'd be certainly something completely unexpected. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Nunez against David Price. Nunez flied out his first time up. 3 runs, 5 hits, 2 left in the 5th inning. 8 batters came to the plate for the Red Sox. Yacabonis charged with the 3 runs, all earned, 5 hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts, and giving up 2 home runs, both in the 5th inning. 1-2 delivery in the air to left field. A little bit off the end of the bat. Benintendi's got to come in a little bit on that one. For every Orioles walk, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50, supporting the Leukemia Lymphoma Society Light the Night Walk. 314 walks, $15,700. Care First encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Cedric Mullins, a strikeout victim. His first time to the plate. Price no walks, 7 Ks. Nunez in at third. That's why. And he'll bunt it foul.
Yeah, tried to push bunt right there. And of course, one of the weapons that Mullins has, that speed. And a great opportunity for him to find a way on base. And of course, put some pressure on the defense. Nunez over at third base, sucked in on the grass, respecting that bunt. But even Holt kind of brought in a little bit, opening up more holes if he does indeed swing the bat.
The 0-1 count on Mullins. That'll be a base hit to right field. A nice, easy swing. He will go to all fields, and when he can do that from that side of the plate, that is a real plus.
That sure is. I mean, that was the question mark. Does he have the ability to be the switch hitter in the big leagues? And boy, if he can put together swings like that, heck yeah, he'll do it for a long time. Nice and short, direct to the baseball, not trying to do too much. It keeps that whole front side closed and just rifles a base hit to right field. Nice swing right there. A couple good days at the plate for Mullins.
So that will bring Wins. Austin Wins a base hit his first time up. 6-game hit streak for him, raising that average to 295. He was left on base in the 3rd inning. Orioles have left 3, 1 in scoring position. Price's delivery will be away. VR waiting on deck. Orioles with 4 hits, but have not been able to plate a run yet. Orioles, of course, have had this tremendous run here at home, with 10 or more runs, 15 or more hits in 4 straight home games, even though they lost the one last night. The only other team to do that since 1900 is the Colorado Rockies. Twice they had home games, 4 of them, in which they scored 10 or more runs and had 15 or more hits. They did it in 2000. They did it in 1996. This does not look like a ball game where the Orioles are going to get 10 runs and 15 hits.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they won't win it, but a little tougher here against David Price to put those kind of numbers up.
Yeah, for sure. But it's nice to see that the offense really coming alive at home, because they were just silent the whole first half here at Camden Yards. So it's the All-Star break. Everybody kind of settling in, a nice adjustment made, and see this team more productive offensively, and really been their trademark over the last 6 seasons.
They have been pumping the runs in, averaging over 8 runs at home since the All-Star break. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Austin Wins with Cedric Mullins leading off first. 1-2 delivery, waved at. That'll be strikeout number 8.
Oh, another cutter on that outside corner, and just sticking with his game plan, working everything away, cutting it in on the outer third, and the hitter just a little tardy in between as Wynn swings through in the 2nd out.
So 1 shy of his season high in strikeouts for Price. He's got 8. He has had 9 strikeouts in a ball game this year twice. His career high is 14 strikeouts in a game. Done that a couple of times. Last time was in 2016 against Atlanta. 2 down, runner on, and Price now figuring maybe. VR at the plate. He has flied out. Robbed of an infield hit last time up. Bogarts made a fine play on a slow roller to short. And VR was out at first by a half a step. Orioles swinging at those high pitches. They're going to see a lot more of them.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what he does. He just tries to entice you to expand the zone. He has been relentless working that outside corner and trying to get somebody to bite out there. And as soon as he does, boy, he just fall right into his game. Now he's licking his lips. He knows he's got that outside corner opened up. Villar right now expanding the zone a little bit. And, a little conference by Leon.
Yeah, Leon wanted to go out for whatever reason and have a meeting. Count as one of the 6 visits allowed in 9 innings. Villar at the age of 27, trying to find his way back permanently to the major league level, having been with Houston. Villar getting an opportunity at second base for the Orioles. 0-1. That'll be way inside. Villar coming into the year, a lot of games, 470 plus at the major league level. Major league average of 256 coming into the season. With Milwaukee, 2016, his big year, hit 285. 156 games that year, almost 600 at bats. Delivery is swung on and missed again, a little bit up and away.
Yeah, tough pitch to get to, but it looks like Villar really targeting that outer third, so maybe expanding a little bit on that outside corner. Definitely up in the zone. You see the first two strikes up there, that up and away quadrant. Tough pitch to stay on top of.
Villar had been a shortstop throughout his minor league career, then got moved over to second base, and that's where he played mostly last year. 1 ball, 2 strike count, runner off first. Mullins, who had the base hit. Price would go up again. You keep swinging, I'll keep throwing. 2 strikeouts in the inning. He's equaled his season high. That's his 9th strikeout. 3-0 Boston.
Well, strikeouts here with the big fastball, but then falls behind. It's Nunez for his second at bat, 3-0 count, and it's a home run. And the Red Sox kept coming. Jackie Bradley Jr., it's a center cut fastball, a couple home runs hit off Yacobonis, and the Red Sox offense back up on top. Geico 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
Sean Gilmartin will start this inning, coming on and getting the final out in the 5th. J.D. Martinez 0 for 2 in the ball game, 2 for 7 in the first 2. Martinez puts that to right center field. Plenty of time. Cedric Mullins. 1 down, 6th inning. Don't miss your chance to meet Orioles pitcher Tanner Scott. He'll be signing autographs, meeting fans at the Orioles team store in the York Galleria Mall. Tanner will be on hand from 11 a.m. to noon on Tuesday. For more details, go to OriolesReach.com. Bullpen extensively used in the ball game last night. Castro, Hart, Phillips, Scott. And they took a beating.
Ooh. Yeah, it was tough. Tough on the O's bullpen. Some inconsistencies out there recently.
Last night, you look at what happened last night.
Yeah, tough numbers. 4 pitchers obviously used. Look at all the pitches thrown. 4 innings, the walks down there. 6 walks, only 3 punch outs. All 3 of those punch outs come from Tanner Scott. But yeah, everybody struggled. Castro surprisingly 3 walks. Didn't give up any hits. And of course, he was tagged for the 3 earned runs. Hart had problems. He was getting hit all over the place. Phillips got tagged with 4 earned runs. He has some trouble.
All right, Mike. Castro took the loss in the ball game, 2-7. And Pomerantz, of all people, as we mentioned, got the win, 2-5, moved to the bullpen
Right.
first time last night.
Yeah.
Came on, worked an inning, right time, right place. He'll be known as the Vulture in a hurry.
For sure.
2-1 delivery on the way, and reached for that one down the line. It is going to be a fair ball off the wall. Bogaerts heading to second base. Looked like he thought that ball was going to be foul initially. Took him a while to get going out of the batter's box, but he's got a double.
Yeah, well, a pretty good game so far. 3 hits with this double on the end. How about 33 doubles on the year for Bogaerts? Take a look at the swing here. Pulls the hands inside, and really the key, and a great swing by Bogaerts. He was fooled on the pitch. It was a changeup, but he stayed tall, and he kept that bat head through the strike zone. Just that extra couple inches to find the barrel. I mean, he was surprised, but with that type of swing, more good things are going to happen than bad.
Boy, he's picking up extra base hits. Here is Holt. Bogaerts now has had 11 extra base hits of the last 18 hits that he's had, and he's 3 for 3 in this ball game. Bogaerts came in hitting just .229 against the Orioles, just what the Orioles needed. Somebody else on the Red Sox picking their average up. Holt 0 for 2, a strikeout, flied out. There goes the runner. Martin never looked at him. The throw is going to go into the left field corner, and the run's going to score. So Bogart will get a stolen base, an error charged on Wins, and a 4-0 Red Sox lead.
Wow. Well, the Orioles, no secret that they've had some problems defensively there. Nunez a little tardy getting to the base. It didn't look like the throw was that bad. Actually, it looked like it was right on the money. Right in front of the base. Just catch the ball, and he's probably out. Just a little late getting there. Saw some problems with Beckham and even Villar being late to second base on some throws down to the catcher. Another costly mistake there.
Error is charged on Wins, but I agree with Mike on that. That's a tough call. Bunted down to third. Boy, the Red Sox this is playing the game. You're back on your heels. You just committed an error. You allowed a run to score. You're thinking about that. And at the plate, Holt's going, while you think about that, I'm going to put a bunt down.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just some heady baseball right there. Nunez thinking about the play, and Holt saying good opportunity. And wow, does he do a nice job executing the bunt there. Nunez has to eat it and continue to think about the play. He better be ready to turn 2 here.
So Holt is on with a base hit. That'll bring Nunez up. His 7th home run came in the 5th inning. A 2 RBI shot. His 2nd against the Orioles this year. And now Martin will have to keep an eye on Holt, because clearly if you get back on your heels and lose focus against this ball club, you will pay a price. Holt 6 out of 10 stealing them. Off-speed delivery is going to be fouled straight back.
Yeah, the Red Sox are going to keep playing. I mean, and they know that this Oriole offense has been hot. And even though Price pitching a gem here this afternoon, at any moment, really one swing of the bat could bring the Orioles right back in it. So you know the Red Sox are going to keep pushing. Much the same in last night's ball game. Orioles had a nice lead, and the Red Sox kept fighting back.
Ground ball will go to short. Beckham is there. There's one. The R's relay. Plenty of time, and that's what the Orioles needed. They get the double play, but a run will score. A couple of hits, an error charge. 4-0.
David Price in search of his 12th win this season, and he is got the strikeout pitch working. That outside corner with the cutter, fastball, changeup combination, keeping the Oriole bats in between. And he's got 9 strikeouts right now, already tying a season high, and he's only completed 5 innings. So the Orioles trying to do some work against him, get something going against David Price. Well, one swing could get him back into the game.
4-8-0. The Orioles 0-4-1. That was an earned run in that 6th inning. You don't assume the double play, so you say a score could have happened on the ground ball that ended up being 2. And the pitch will be taken down low for a ball. So Price works to Beckham, Jones, and Trumbo due up. Bottom half of the 6th inning. Hembree, who worked in the ball game last night, up. One of their bullpen pitchers will be starting game 2 against Jeffrey Ramirez. 7 o'clock tonight, game 2. 6:30 O's extra, 7 o'clock for the ball game. And then tomorrow, Alex Cobb will go against Chris Sale. Sale will be coming off the DL, going after his 12th win in the ball game tomorrow. For Alex, he is 3-14 on the year. Price continues to put the ball wherever he wants. And 1-2.
Yeah, locating pretty well, and even the mistakes he makes, everything's got some movement on it. Now he's flipping that 4-seam fastball in there. He's painting the edges with it, but the cutter changeup combination. See that second strike up at the top of the zone. He got Villar on 3 to get the final strikeout and out of that last inning. Movement up at the top of the zone as well.
1-2 delivery on the way up the middle, but right into the shift. Holt perfectly positioned, otherwise that's a base hit. 1 down. Well, the Orioles are proud to join Johns Hopkins, University of Maryland, other corporate leaders supporting Baltimore City's Youth Works program, seeking to provide as many as 12,000 city youth with summer work. To donate, go to BaltimoreCityFoundation.org. Choose Mayor's Office of Employment Development Youth Works. If you'd like to learn more, you can go to youthworks.oedworks.com. Adam Jones, a base hit, and he has struck out. And the off-speed delivery had him well out in front.
Yeah, the rare breaking ball right there. Really trying to slow Adam Jones down a little bit. Adam swinging the bat pretty well here recently. Look at that, 16 of 17 games since the All-Star break. Getting knocks.
6-game hit streak for him. That'll be fouled away.
Oh, how about Adam Jones? 3 hits in yesterday's ball game. How about 14 games this season with 3 or more hits? That's second in the American League. It was a nice night for Adam Jones. Picked up a knock here this afternoon and looking to do some more damage here.
Adam, of course, moving to right field. He moves out of center, holding the Orioles record for most starts in center field, 1,537. Couple hundred ahead of Paul Blair. That ball's going to go to the gap, and he's got another base hit. Adam drove it hard. 2 hopper hits right on the base of the wall. He'll go into second base with a double. 2 for 3 in the ball game. This one coming with 1 out.
Another good swing right there. Adam Jones been staying so short to the baseball. 30th double of the year. Big number right there for Adam Jones. Take a look. That cutter working in on the hands, and he just drops the head. Clears that front hip. Look at that thing clear, and lets the bat head get to it so smoothly. And Adam Jones flying out of the box. Ends up walking into second base. Another good swing there by Jones.
He is 11th in the league in doubles with that one. And the Orioles get a chance to get on the board. Mike Trumbo has popped out and struck out. Still has the 12-game hit streak going. They'll put the second baseman Holt almost behind second base and move the first baseman Moreland between first and second. Price's delivery will be inside for a ball.
Well, Price here now 3rd time through, starting to pitch a little bit more inside the whole first part of the ball game. Up until this point, everything was away. Fastballs away, cutters, backdoor cutters, change ups, and now he's starting to feature a few more pitches inside.
1-0 the count. Left-hander's delivery bounces up, hits him. Foul ball in the batter's box. That'll even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike on Trumbo. Mark trying to pick up the RBI. The Orioles against Price have only had 1 chance with the runner in scoring position, 0 for 1. They have left 4 on base. 3rd inning. Wynn's got a single, moved up and a ground ball out, but Beckham struck out, leaving him at second base. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Outfield deep, straight away. Little breeze still blowing out to left, as it has been throughout the ball game. High clouds rolling along. The lights have been on throughout the game, but we've had a lot of sunshine here for our day game. "32-year-old David Price, 1-1. Adam overran the bag on purpose.
Yeah, a little, you wonder what's going on right now. David Price, the catcher Leone, having a hard time getting on the same page. So David Price has had to step off. Now just a little bluff move out at second.
Here's the 1-1 delivery on the way. Goes back to where he's worked most of these right-handed hitters.
Yeah, that cutter, but this one not down. It's about belt high and giving Trumbo a chance, and swinging right through that 88-mile-an-hour pitch.
A 1 ball, 2 strike count. Pretty good lead off second base for Adam, and he went after it. No question about that one.
Boy, it's a tough pitch. The change right there. And just turning it over. Circle change, but at the end, a little more pressure on that index finger and get some fade down and away. And Trumbo, second time going down on that changeup.
I think Price may be tiring out. So a new season high, 10 strikeouts. And again, Leone's on his way out. Price didn't ask for him to come, but Price went to the back of the mound after he got that strikeout, looking as though he's just trying to catch a breath.
Yeah. Huh. Kind of interesting right here. A couple visits from Leone.
I think Leone has noticed something a couple of times. Has gone out there just to give him a breather. 2 down here in the 6th inning. 37th time for David Price that he's had 10 or more strikeouts in a ball game. Hembry is ready. He's been up in the bullpen previously. He's just kind of out there watching, and I'd say staying warm, but I don't think that takes any effort today.
No.
2 down. Here's Trey Mancini, and that pitch is going to be on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. Orioles batting, 6th inning. Red Sox have the 4-0 lead in the ball game. Remember, against the Orioles in his only start this year back in May, he threw his 17th career complete game and was 1 strike shy of a shutout in that ball game against the Orioles. He has a couple of complete games this year. This is not going to be a game where he's going to complete it. If it does, it will be a major surprise to everybody. Because right now he's not struggling, but he's just wearing down a bit. Trey Mancini a base hit, and he's been called out on strikes. Adam Jones off second base. 0-2 delivery, a tapper. Little flip over to Moreland. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and a base runner left on. 6 complete. Red Sox lead at 4-0. the name brand products you love at amazingly low prices? Who but WB Mason, the official office product supplier of the Baltimore Orioles. And by Antwerpen. Get in the game this season with a new Toyota from Antwerpen Toyota. Gary Thorne and Mike Bordick here at the ballpark. First of the split doubleheader makeup game from the last one that was washed out when the Red Sox were here. 4-8-0 for the Red Sox. Orioles have not been able to get on the board, and it looks like David Price will be coming out of the ball game. Breaking ball slips away. Sean Gilmartin on in relief. Yacobonis 4 2/3 innings, 3 runs, 5 hits, no walks, couple of strikeouts for Gilmartin. Added to the roster today, a run on 2 hits in the 6th inning. He has given up 3 hits since coming on in the 5th.
Well, Gilmartin, it's all about the mix right now. Mixing in the breaking ball, the fastball, nothing really overpowering. Just has to have the ability to pitch with everything he's got. Try to keep hitters off balance. And certainly what he wants to avoid is falling behind. And here, 3-0 count. Gotta find a way to get back into it.
Sandy Leon is 0 for 2. He's popped out and grounded out. He will take the pitch up high, and that's not what he wanted to do. So the first walk in this ball game is a leadoff walk here in the 7th inning. And it'll be Thornburg up in the bullpen. A little change out there. They had Hembry up, warming up. Now Thornburg up. So Leon leadoff walk here in the 7th. Jackie Bradley Jr. 10th home run, 5th inning. 1 of 2 in the inning. Nunez had his 7th. '28-year-old left-hander delivers, and it'll be a strike on the outside corner. John Gilmartin last year pitched all over the place with Vegas, AAA, Mets, National League, went to the Cardinals Gulf Coast League for a little rehab work, then pitched AAA last year. Didn't get a lot of time in at any of those places last season. And then Gilmartin released, as we said, by the AAA club of the Cardinals this year. First round pick. Been with the Braves, Mets, Twins, Cardinals, and now the Orioles. 0-2 delivery on the way, and a breaking ball.
Oh. Pretty good pitch.
1-2.
Breaking ball right there. Looked like it was all over the dish. Maybe busted off at the very end. But pretty good 2-strike pitch. Like to see it a little bit lower. There you see on the pitch cast, 3rd pitch just off the edge.
One-two delivery on the way, and a chopper. Gilmartin's got a hustle, bare hands, gets the flip to Davis. Leon will go down to second base, and Jackie Bradley Jr. retired.
Now Gilmartin making a good play, helping himself right here. See him spinning and falling off on that 3rd base side, so he's got to recorrect himself and going down with the bare hand. Nice job covering that baseball, not trying to actually scoop it up, and actually putting all the fingers right over the top and able to record that first out.
Top of the order, Betts. Base hit his last time up, extending his hit streak to 6 games. He's 1 for 3 in the ball game. 4 for 7 in the series. Runner at second and 1 down. Off speed pitch will miss. We were talking about Betts' ability hitting from behind in the count and with 2 strikes. I looked today. He's hitting .306 with 2 strikes, best in the majors. He's hitting .342 when he's behind in the count, the best in the majors. 1-0 delivery will be in there for a strike.
Yeah, pretty good strike zone awareness. Probably as good as anybody in the game right now. Take a look at Tim Heyer's Red Sox hitting coach, and of course he's looking like a genius right now. A lot of the bats in the Red Sox lineup very productive. But his job just to keep everybody on track, you know, keep them with their routines, keep them consistent, keep them positive.
Right now, I think it's fair to say the Red Sox are on a mission. That happens in the course of a year for ball clubs that are winning. It happened with the Astros last year. The Dodgers got a piece of that last year, trying to get it back. There comes a point in the season where a ball club knows it's done. I don't care what they say publicly. Players know when it's over, and they're not going to go anywhere. But the same thing happens on the other side. Club gets a feeling, we got it going. We got something to do this year, and the drive, it just increases.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, and it's so infectious, and everybody that's brought in, you know, there were some new guys brought in here recently, but they buy right in. I mean, that's really the goal. When you get on those teams that have that kind of hunger and motivation and things are clicking, you can really feel it.
Yeah. And everybody wants to outdo the last guy at the plate, pick up the extra RBI, get the game winner. And the Red Sox players and people management give a lot of credit to J.D. Martinez as a leader. Not just offensively, but as a real leader in the way he goes about his business and makes demands of other players. Pitch is going to be taken away. So Gilmartin, a couple of walks in the inning now. Runners on at first and a second for Benintendi.
Yeah, another example, obviously, of Betts' patience and one of the best on-base percentages in the game to go along with that big batting average, all up over 400.
Betts has had one of the most dramatic turnarounds in that regard in the history of baseball. Castro is going to get up to throw. Benintendi a base hit. He is 1 for 3 in the ball game. 2 on, 1 down. Popped him up, shallow left. This is going to be a long run, but the ball will hang. Trey Mancini on to put it away. Benintendi retired. That's the 3rd time he's flied out to left field. We're talking about Mookie Betts and the increase he's had this year. His OPS on base plus slugging last year was .803. Right now it's 1.104. That increase of .300 is the largest in the majors and would be the 4th largest from one season to the next since 1920.
Wow. And he had a pretty good year last year.
Yes, he did. Yeah. Here's Moreland. 2 down. Moreland will take the breaking ball in there for a strike. Fly ball, ground ball, fielder's choice for Moreland in the ball game today.
Yeah, such an important pitch right there for Gilmartin. That breaking ball, to be able to flip it in there, steal an early strike, I think is going to be crucial for his success.
He'll take that breaking ball, leaned into the pitch, and watched it go down low for a ball. Moreland with a couple of hits in the ball game last night, had a 2 for 5. 20 multi-hit games for him on the year, and he's got an RBI opportunity. 1-1. Moreland will take it. It'll be up.
Well, another example right there. I mean, looked like a pretty good pitch. 89 miles an hour, and you know Moreland had a good look at it, but instead of trying to get outside of himself and expand the zone, he just stays in his own strike zone. So no expanding.
Wow. Tom Goodwin getting out of the way, first base coach.
Yeah, better look out. Still got those quick feet.
Like that. See?
There it is. Little dance.
Ooh, I thought he's doing the floss. Wow.
Take a look. A bullet just turning and burning on the curveball. And Goodwin just stepping out of the way.
Yeah, so close too. 2 ball, 2 strike count, 2 down. Leone off second base and Betts off first. Moreland goes after it. It'll go to second. Force at second base. Flip to Beckham from VR. And no runs, no hits, no errors. A couple of left on base. 7th inning stretch time, game 2 with a 4-game set. First game of the split doubleheader today with the Red Sox on top 4-0. Seventh inning stretch time here at the ballpark.
David Price out of the ball game. 6 strong innings, though. The Orioles only able to muster the 5 hits. Kept them scoreless. 94 pitches, but did have 10 strikeouts, and probably a big reason why out of the ball game. Just working a little too hard to get those punch outs.
Tyler Thornburg is the right-hander on the mound.
And take a look at Thornburg's numbers on the year. This will be his 14th appearance. 5.40 earned run average. The 12 punch outs and 11 2/3. Opponent's hitting .283. Got 2 home runs given up. Fastball curve change combination. The fastball low 90s for Thornburg.
Chris Davis has struck out a couple of times in the ball game. Davis, Nunez, and Mullins, bottom half of the 7th inning. Now the full shift is on against him. Slider will come inside. Tyler Thornburg missed all of last year. First year in the Red Sox organization, right shoulder problem, then had to undergo thoracic outlet syndrome surgery on that pitching shoulder. So he's making his way back this year. That's why the numbers are not very high on Thornburg as he tries to get back into action. 29 years old, Charleston, South Carolina resident right now, acquired from the Brewers in a 2016 player cash deal. 2-2 delivery on the way, and he's going to miss with that one. So the count goes full. The Orioles need base runners. Price did not walk anybody. So the Orioles will take a free pass here in 7th inning, trying to work their way to getting a potential tying a go-ahead run to the plate. And Davis asked for timeout.
Really what it's all about here in the final few innings. It's the ability to kind of find a way to get on base any way possible, spark some sort of rally, and try to put up another crooked number. Did it all in last night's ball game.
That'll be the 3rd strikeout recorded by Davis.
93-mile-an-hour fastball up above the belt. And we talk about it yesterday almost every night, how the elevated fastball, the pitch of choice, you get it up in that upper third and so many times, a little bad head drop, trying to drive the ball, create that launch angle. And strike 3. So many of those pitches.
One down in the 7th. Nunez up. It was the Red Sox, of course, who had the comeback in the ball game last night. They were down by 5. Came back to win it. 3rd time this year the Red Sox have overcome a 5-run deficit to win a ball game. 1-0 count. Nunez, a couple of fly ball outs in the game. Breaking ball froze him a little bit, but it will miss. And Thornburg falls behind 2-0. Thornburg has worked only 1 game against the Orioles, and that was only a 1/3 of an inning. And that's not just the year, that's his career. 2-0 pitch on the way. Foul back on a big cut taken by Nunez. Two and 1. Game 2, 7 o'clock. Split doubleheader day here at the ballpark. Jeffrey Ramirez will make the start for the Orioles against somebody out of the bullpen for the Red Sox. 2-1 delivery. Nunez, another one of the young players, only 23 years old, out of Venezuela. Signed young, 2011. He made his professional debut, non-drafted, free agent signing. 2 ball, 2 strike count. 262 minor league hitter. 2-2 delivery on the way to him, and that ball in the air to right center, Jackie Bradley Jr.
Well, Nunez, along with I think everybody in an Oriole uniform right now, especially at the major league level, just being evaluated. Are you going to be the player that's going to help lead this team in the rebuild? Do you have that right kind of makeup and savvy to be on this roster? You know, so everybody's got to bring their A game and at least show the character and the makeup to be in the big leagues with the Orioles.
Another one of those young players. Mullins, the base hit and a strikeout. He'll go after the first pitch, left center, then Attendee. and Benintendi will put it away. So Thunberg comes on, falls behind a couple of hitters, but has a relatively easy 1-2-3-7. We'll see somebody out of the bullpen for the Red Sox against Jeffrey Ramirez for the Orioles. Our coverage on MASN 2 will begin at 6:30. O's Extra, presented by Southwest. The game will be at 7. All the access you need right here on MASN. 4-0 lead. Red Sox on top. To the bullpen, the Orioles.
Miguel Castro coming in the ball game. Nice job by Sean Gilmartin. Miguel Castro looking to get back on track. Pretty strong year for Castro, but last night, boy, oh boy, did he have problems with command. And you see the 43 walks down at the bottom on the year. He can strike them out. He got 47 punch outs, but command has been an issue when he does get into hard times. Opponents hitting just 224, both lefties and righties. Pretty good control. Castro, that's slinging righty, so very uncomfortable at bat. Right-hander's not feeling too good against him. He'll rush that fastball up in the high 90s.
So he goes to work here with a breaking ball down and away. Trying to shut down in this ball game, J.D. Martinez. A 9-game hit streak for the DH, but he's gone 0 for 3 in this ball game. Martinez, 7 home runs against the Orioles this year, leads the Red Sox in that department, and 15 RBIs. Same pitch, same result. Got him to swing on a breaking ball away 0-2.
Yeah, a couple quality sliders right there, starting all over the dish, and a nice strong finish working on that outside corner. Just pushing off. You see Brazier getting loose in the Red Sox pen. And that's some quality location on a couple sliders.
0-2 delivery. If it works, keep doing it. And he did.
How about it? 3 sliders in a row. And J.D. Martinez going down. Heck yeah. A good location. And actually this 2-strike slider, probably the worst of the 3. More of a lateral movement and about belt high, but still keeping Martinez off balance and out in front. Good pitch there.
One down here in the 8th. Bogaerts has had big day, 3 for 3, double, 2 singles, 2 runs scored, stolen base. He scored on an error in the 6th inning, stole 3rd, and the throw into left field, and on he came. Gilmartin worked 2 1/3. He gave up a run on 3 hits, 2 walks, no strikeouts. Sean Gilmartin's first appearance as an Oriole, working out of the bullpen. Bogaerts with a 2-strike count.
Trying to find a way to get Bogaerts out today. 3 for 3, the perfect day at the plate. Do not make a mistake on the dish.
0-2 the count. And Bogaerts will go after one that's up. Not real happy with the swing he got on that one. 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, rarely you see expansion of the strike zone, but right there, Bogaerts chasing the high slider. You know, Castro not executing where he wanted, but still a good result. A couple quick outs, a couple quick Ks after 3 walks in last night's ball game.
Could not have a ball game a bit more divergent today from the one we had last night. Boston won it 19-12. Orioles out hit them 17-16. Bullpens got extensively used. Here we come back less than 24 hours later. You got a 4-0 ball game. Tags it foul. You got well out in front of that one. 18,003. The 3 are the ones working in the booth. 18,003 the attendance for game 1 of the doubleheader.
Oh, you got a mouse in your pocket?
I do. Tags along. 1 ball, 1 strike count. 2 down. And the pitch will be taken inside. Holt able to hold up on it. Base hit was the last time up. So Holt continuing to hit over 370 against the Orioles on the year. Castro looking for a nice quick inning. 2-1 delivery. The Red Sox against the East are 40-15 this year. The most wins ever since the division play is held by the Orioles, who won 61 games against the East in 1970. It's the most ever. Red Sox are going to make a run at that this year. MLB.TV is now available at a lower price, $49.99. Watch every out-of-market regular season game. Get a free subscription to MLB At Bat Premium. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV to take advantage of the special offer. 2-out walk here in the 8th inning. Only the 3rd Boston has picked up in the ball game. Nunez, runner fakes a go. It should be outside for a ball.
And those walks, boy, they can hurt you. This is a close ball game still. Orioles got a fighting chance here at the end. You know, within 4. Those base on balls, man, in yesterday's ball game really hurt the Orioles' chance. And you don't like a two-out walk, especially.
Red Sox took advantage of that in the ball game last night, not only scoring on the walks, 8 runs crossing who had reached via the walk, but they had 10 2-out RBIs. And the pitch taken down low for a ball. As you might expect, J.D. Martinez is their leader in that department. He's had 33 2-out RBIs this year, 1 behind Oakland's Chris Davis. The leaders in 2-out RBIs are Chris Davis, J.D. Martinez, and Giancarlo Stanton. 2-0, runner not going. Nice pitch on the inside corner. And a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Nunez delivering a home run, 5th inning, number 7. He's hit into a double play and he is flied out. Two-one delivery on the way to him. That's way inside. Wynn's reaching in to hang on to it. The walks not only hurt the Orioles last night, but they have all year. The Orioles, the walks that have come around to score this season, 111 against the Orioles, which is the 4th highest in the majors. The White Sox, Marlins, Royals, and Orioles are 1 through 4 in walks that have scored this year. And that really does drive you nuts, because there's no defense, as the adage goes, against a walk.
No. And of course the Orioles haven't had much of a defense all season long, and you know, compound that with some base on balls, it just makes it that much tougher to win ball games.
3-ball, 2-strike count, 2 down. Holt will be off from first base. Castro's 3-2 delivery. Ground ball to third. Just in time. Good follow up on that by Nunez, able to recover, and the ball hit hard enough. So Nunez retires Nunez. No runs, no hits, no errors. One left on base. Bottom half of the 8th inning coming. Wins will lead it off for the O's.
Inning, Bogarts, who's red hot, gets a double, and then he's off running. A great opportunity for Wins, and he puts it on the bag. But Nunez a little late and cannot come up with it. You see the frustration there, and he crosses the plate for the 4th run of the ball game. It was a 3-0 game at the time, and the Orioles still a great shot to win this game, but not helped out at all by the defense, and it has been a problem here, especially recently in some of these tighter ball games. Defense letting them down. Take a look at Ryan Brazier now into the ball game. 14th appearance, 1-2-3 earned run average, 13 punch-outs in 14 2/3 innings. Came in last night's ball game. Pretty good fastball slider combination. That's the opponent's hitting just 160 and can get that ground ball up over 50%.
30-year-old right-hander out of Wichita Falls, signed as a minor league free agent by the Red Sox in March. First pitch is going to be popped up in the air right at second base. It'll be Holt moving in. Wins is retired on a pitch. He's 1 for 3 in the ball game. 1 away in the 8th inning. Brasher at the major league level had pitched in only 7 games prior to this year. Minor leagues over 300 appearances for him. He was originally picked up by the Angels, 6th-round draft pick in 07. And he has gone through Oakland, the Hiroshima Carp in 2016, pitched overseas, and then signed by the Red Sox this year. One down, nobody on.
If you're playing overseas, Japan, anywhere over there, are you an international sign if you sign back?
No.
No. Okay, thanks. Thanks for clarifying that.
Yeah, it was a quick answer, but because I don't want to go into any detail because I don't know any detail. 0-1 deliveries, take it inside. You have to be an international player in the sense of where you were born, is my understanding.
Okay.
And Wichita Falls, to the best of my knowledge, is still within the United States. I'll check on that to be sure. I think so.
Probably about as centrally located as you get.
1-1 delivery on the way is bounced at the plate. We see more and more of these type pitchers around. That's what they're doing. They're hanging around. Pitching is at such a premium. If you can stay pitching somewhere.
Absolutely.
If you got to go overseas to do it, do it. Go to Mexico, go to Japan, go to Korea. I mean, go anywhere where you can continue to play baseball. Who knows?
Well, you know, unfortunately, at the major league level, even if you're in the minor leagues, you get labeled. And a lot of times that label gets carried over and other teams hear about it. So players do have to try different venues. And you go over to Japan, all of a sudden you reinvent yourself. And next thing you know, a good word comes back and boom, you're wanted and there's another opportunity.
Yep. 2 ball, 2 strike count. 0 for 3 in the ball game. VR, the Oriole leadoff hitter, will go after one and foul that one back. Thornburg worked an inning, had 1 strikeout. Price 6 innings, no runs, 5 hits, no walks, season high 10 strikeouts. Price after win number 12. If David Price gets it, he'll be 2-0 this year against the Orioles. 14-5 lifetime, and 8-0 here in this ballpark. 2 ball, 2 strike delivery on the way, and a breaking ball that stays up.
Yeah, David Price had it going today, and it did look like he was fatiguing there in the 6th inning, but it's probably only because he had to throw so many pitches with all the strikeouts he had, establishing a high this season with his 10 punch-outs. I think he had 94 pitches, and he's no stranger to working up over 100, but something was going on there in the 6th. Couple visits by Leon, and he gets out of there unscathed.
Wanted to know if that was a strike. It was, because he swung, but he wasn't sure where it was.
Yeah, definitely fooled by that pitch. Gets a little out of position, a little bit of a knee buckle, and tries to make contact, keep this AB going. And you see the little flinch and then trying to fight, but a little too tardy on that breaking ball.
Brescia gets the strikeout. 2 down, nobody on, 8th inning. Beckham 0 for 3 in the ball game, 2 for 9 so far in the series. Brashear worked 8 pitches in the ball game last night. 7th inning, struck out 2. Ball popped out of play. So a game dominated by the pitchers. Yakubonis making the emergency start for the Orioles. Their call up today for their 26th player for a doubleheader. 3 runs, 5 hits over 4 and 2/3 innings. William Cuevas, a right-handed pitcher, may be starting game 2. He's in the bullpen. He was there, Red Sox 26th man for the doubleheader. Oh, 1 the count, and the pitch will be taken up high.
Tim Beckham swinging the bat really well lately. He's always been a pretty good hitter in the month of August. And of course, last year when he got traded over here, boy, did he catch fire and really spark this Oriole team to the thought that maybe the Orioles were going to make a push in the postseason. But unfortunately, a slow September kind of knocked them out of the race. But Tim Beckham looking to get recharged here and have a strong month of August and into September. But it's all about his hands. I mean, incredibly strong wrists and hands, and he can flip some balls out even if he's fooled. And we've seen him hit home runs with just those strong wrists. So the ability to take that lower half out and just trust those great hands that he's got really has been the key here since the All-Star break.
2 ball, 2 strike count. Andy Fletcher down there at first, not a go around. 2 down, nobody on in the 8th. Compared to last night, a very quiet game. The bats last night and pitchers coming in and out, runners all over the place. That one in the air to left off the end of the bat. Hit pretty good, going back near the wall. Benintendi is there to put it away in a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the 9th, game 1 of our split doubleheader. Red Sox up. Orioles baseball on Masson, brought to you by Southwest. Low fares with nothing to hide, that's transparency. And by Johns Hopkins Orthopedics. When you have a setback, they set you up for a comeback. Gary Thorne and Mike Bordick here at the ballpark on this summer afternoon, where the Orioles have been shut out on 5 hits. They've left only 2 runners in scoring position. They have not had a runner to third base in the ball game. And the last 8 have been retired in order since an Adam Jones double in the 6th inning. Castro, who came on in the last inning, gave up a walk, got the side out. Sandy Leon has a walk. He is 0 for 2 officially in the ball game. Leon, switch hitting catcher for the Red Sox. 204 right-handed, 219 left. 3 home runs this side of the plate and 1 from the other. 0-2 delivery by Castro after going away, comes back inside. Nasty.
Yeah, a couple good fastballs and the power slider breaking hard down and in, really targeting the back foot. And that's where pitchers like to throw that slider, especially right against left. Actually, it was a changeup, not a slider. He yanked it. 90-mile-an-hour changeup right there from Castro. Still looking much better than he did in last night's ball game. And Buck Showalter, of course, not afraid to use Castro. Castro would throw every day if Buck would let him.
Jackie Bradley Jr. will foul tip it. His 10th home run of the year came in the 5th inning. He's 1 for 3 in the ball game. 1 home run against the Orioles on the year. He's had 7 in his career against the Orioles, and 6 of the 7 home runs he's hit have been here at Camden Yards. 0-1 delivery to him, will bite inside.
Take a look at that home run he hit back in the 5th inning. And 2 home runs were hit. And he got all over this one. 100 miles an hour off the bat, 29 degrees, so he got up there and almost 420 feet away.
Check swing. Did he go? Nope. Yeah, the 5th inning was the big one. 8 came to the plate. Bogarts led it off with a single. Nunez got the home run, his 7th, good for 2. Then Bradley with a solo shot, and then they added another in the 6th inning on a stolen base and an error, allowing a run to score, and that's been it scoring wise. 2-ball 2-strike count. The Orioles, a very neat side of the scorecard. Not much going on. They have had 1 extra base hit, the double by Adam Jones. 2-ball 2-strike delivery by Castro in the air to center. Going back, looking, Mullins looking, and goodbye home run. A 2-homer ball game for Jackie Bradley Jr., flirting with the Mendoza line on the year. Gets his 11th home run.
Wow. Well, a couple of big swings in this ball game from Bradley Jr.
4th drive of the game.
And take a look. He gets on a fastball that stays in the middle. Now Austin Wynn's wanting it on that outside corner, pushing away from the lefty, but holds on to it a hair too long, and a mistake once again in the middle of the plate, and Bradley Jr. going big fly straight away center.
Hurry to your local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs. Breaking ball ties up Betts. So again, the long ball being used. 3 last night, 3 more in this ball game. 2 hit off Yacobonis, and 2 home runs for Jackie Bradley Jr. So with the 2 home runs, he's 2 for 4 in the ball game and 5 for 9 in the first 2 games of this series. And he came in hitting .143 against the Orioles this year.
Wow.
Betts has had a base hit, 1 for 3 and a walk. 6-game hit streak for Mookie Betts. Betts leading the league in average, 352 over his teammate J.D. Martinez at 332 to start the day. Two-one delivery on the way, and somehow that missed him, and everything else.
Man, I mean, it obviously doesn't look good. Home run by Bradley Jr., but Wins want the fastball away. And we saw in last night's ball game, Castro just no command at all, no feel for the fastball, just throwing basically. And that was an example there.
1 down, nobody on. 3-ball, 1-strike count. Betts 10th in the league in walks along with everything else. He wanted to drive one right there, fouls it off. Mike Trout is the league leader in the American League with 99 walks. He's 21 walks ahead of Jose Ramirez of Cleveland. Betts has got 57. Trout right now the leading WAR leader, maybe of all time, on the pace he's on for this year. 3-2 delivery on the way and a towering fly ball to left. Trey Mancini's going to have to wait on this one. And he will put it away. 2 down here in the 9th inning. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. 9th inning, run added on the home run by Bradley to make it 5-0. 2 down. Here's Benintendi. 1 for 4 in the ball game. Benintendi now with a 10-game hit streak. He got the single in the 5th inning to add to it. And we'll take the pitch away. Benintendi's another one of the home run hitters against the Orioles. He's had 4 home runs in the last 9 games against Oriole pitching. Got one yesterday, the first he'd had since July 7. 1-0 delivery to him. He'll foul that back.
Now, a lot of times hitters with the high leg kick have a problem, or at least the discipline is to control the front side from falling forward too much. And Benintendi, one of these hitters that he's got that high front side leg kick, but he stays on the backside. When he puts that front foot down, not a lot of weight going forward, more just a rotational swing. So staying on balance a little better. And boy, has he been on balance against the Orioles. Big time numbers, and really he and Betts at the top, incredible table setters here for this offense.
Benintendi in his career has had an 11-game hit streak. He's at 10 right now. 1-2 delivery by Castro, and that'll go to short. Tim Beckham reaches out and hauls it in. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. Home run by Bradley. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning with the Red Sox leading at 5-0. They're 12th out of 14 against the Orioles this year.
And Matt Barnes coming in, pitched in last night's ball game. Big fastball pitcher, high 90s, a split finger, a little slider combination. A strong year, 50th appearance out of the Red Sox bullpen. 2.52 earned run average, 78 punch outs on the season, and holding opponents down to just the 170 batting average. Giving up the 2 long balls this season, but he can keep it on the ground as well. 50% ground ball rate.
So Barnes looks to finish it up. The Orioles this season have been shut out 9 times. The Red Sox have 11 shutouts against opponents as a team. Jones, Trumbo, Trey Mancini will be due up here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Orioles have not been able to get anything going against Price or the bullpen. Brashear worked an inning and had 1 strikeout. Thornburg worked an inning, had 1 strikeout. Price worked 6, no runs, 5 hits, and 10 strikeouts. Adam Jones, another multi-hit game, double, single, 2 for 3 in the ball game. He'll go after the first pitch and foul it off. So Adam has continued not just a hot month here, but a very sustained season yet one more time. Not unusual to be saying that, obviously, about Adam Jones. Month after month, there aren't a lot of dips in the valley. Hitting .276 here in the month of August coming into the game. And a breaking ball he went after. Home plate umpire Trip Gibson will make the call.
Nasty pitch there. Nice finish right at the end. And a little dip right in front of the plate. Adam Jones seeing the ball very well, but a good pitch can fool any good hitter.
Barnes of the 0-2. One ball, 2 strike count on Adam. And he missed it. Leone makes the long throw down to Moreland for the strikeout. Take a look at our Major League notebook. All good things must come to an end. Long live the king. Seattle Mariners have officially banished the king to the bullpen. Manager Scott Service informed Felix Hernandez he will work in relief for the foreseeable future. Said Hernandez, "I've got nothing to say." 14-year Major League career, never made an appearance out of the bullpen, and of course was one of their bright stars for all those years with Seattle. Now out of the pen. It just wasn't pitching well. Just could not hold on to a starting spot.
Right. Yeah. Unfortunate, because probably some of the nastiest stuff in the game, and I think every pitcher that can stay healthy and endure a number of seasons at the major league level, eventually that fastball velocity kind of tails off. You lose a little bit on your stuff, and there have been a lot of pitchers kind of recreate themselves, reinvent themselves, if you will. David Price, one of those guys, lost a little bit on his fastball, started to become more of a pitcher, and boy, developing that cutter changeup combination, you see where it's taken him. So yeah, Hernandez just having a hard time making that adjustment.
So King Felix in the bullpen. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Trumbo. Orioles are going to see Seattle out west. They have a kind of an unusual road trip coming up starting the last day of August into September. They go to Kansas City for 3 and then Seattle for 3. Have a day off in Tampa, play 3 games in Tampa. Long road trip all over the place. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Trumbo on a wave, and Barnes has his second out.
Wow. Nasty breaking ball right there, really spinning it. Knuckle curve, and you see that knuckle and the pointer finger leading the way. A little more pressure on it and forcing the rotation. Throws it hard coming out of the hand. Might look like the fastball, but boy, has he had some nice finish here on some of those breaking balls.
So the Orioles 1 out away from being shut out. 2 down. Mancini, a base hit. He is 1 for 3 in the ball game. Orioles have been out hit 9-5. Outscored 5-0. Price will get the win. 12-6. Yacobonis will take the loss. Will be 0-1, making the emergency start here in the ball game. And the Red Sox will continue their devastating season against the Orioles. Out of the last 12 games, they've won 11. And they are 15 out of the last 16 against the Orioles overall. 0-2 delivery on the way. And that'll be up high. A 1-ball, 2-strike count. Red Sox after their 83rd win. The Orioles facing their 82nd loss. 1-2 delivery on the way to him, and that'll be down the line and foul.
Oh, nasty pitch right there. 97 miles an hour down and away. Yeah, Mancini's still fighting here. We'll have to get another knock in this ball game. Give Davis a shot.
Orioles 0 for 3 today. Runners in scoring position. Just not many chances. Same thing for the Red Sox. 1-2 delivery on the way. In the air, Jackie Bradley Jr. is going to have to go on a long chase. Center field looking, and he makes the catch. So Barnes comes on, retires the side in order. Orioles retired in order in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. And 11 in a row set down to end the ball game. And the first game of the doubleheader goes to the Red Sox 5-0. Game 2 of our split doubleheader coming up. We'll have a bullpen starter for the Red Sox against Jeffrey Ramirez of the Orioles. Our coverage on MASN 2 will begin at 6:30 with those extra presented by Southwest. And game 2 coming up tonight will be at 7. Tom and Rick standing by, and a look back at the first game of this twin bill on this Saturday here at the ballpark. For Mike Bordick and all of our crew, I'm Gary Thorne. Good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. We'll be back here in a very short period of time, actually. Until then, adieu.